Yeah, man. I got a little reggae vibe to that one, right? I hear a reggae song out of this shit. Do the bogo and shit. Take it all the way back with this shit. Alright, we're doing this again. They're not lucky, they're lying. We back at it again. Alright? So I'm not rewinding nothing. I'm just gonna go ahead, try to put myself on the right side. Because I'm not trying to be like that. I'm trying to be over here, but they're not switching me over. Alright, so it is what it is. Alrighty. So I got the chat room open. I got a meeting. I wasted an hour. So my meeting is another hour and a half or something like that. I want to go ahead and get back into her. I'm gonna probably have to do something like this, something like this, something like this. That's fair use. Here we go. All right. I'm gonna be talking while she's talking. Basically, she's talking
But I
about
am
beauty.
referencing all the same studies and scientific research that your professionals
Took the
also
time to study
reference.
about
But here's the
beauty,
first tip. Here's why
and she
physical
took this.
grooming is absolutely non-negotiable. Having habits that take care of your appearance gives you more social leverage, and it's a very easy way to gain power. I promise you, nobody would take my advice seriously if I looked the way that I used to back when I clearly didn't take care of myself. Consequentially, this is also where a self-fulfilling prophecy happens. Just by putting in effort and looking put together makes people believe that you are more attractive. And the way that people treat you because of the way you look makes you believe that you're more attractive, because that's confirmation. When you look presentable to the world, you also look smarter, more trustworthy, more respectable. You have a higher chance of getting jobs, promotions, a second date, a lighter prison sentence. This is why serial deleters have fan clubs. In life, attractive people get more and also get away with more. You can demonstrate to people that you are
Yeah,
disciplined,
very
capable,
true.
sociable, intelligent just by the way you look alone. If you can at least don't smell
I'm
bad,
gonna
have
show
clean
you
nails,
somebody, right? And I was looking at her, and I was like, she ain't even really like, you know, she beautiful in my eyes. I think she's beautiful, but she ain't really talented. Okay. And her name is Alix or something like that. Some of you probably know who I'm talking about. I actually have her on one of my custom pieces because I had liked her outfit. I was like, yo, this is something I will wear. And I have it in my little custom carpet in my room. I don't know how to pronounce her name, Alex or something like that. I'm just going to make sure I mute this sound, but I'm going to show the video. And I was looking at her. You hear her music. You hear that music, right? Right. So let me go ahead and skip it. This is her. Okay. And this is Trippy Red's ex girlfriend. Okay. Now, this song is not nothing I would listen to, but I like the video and I like the storytelling in it, right? This girl can't dance. This girl is young and she doing her thing. Shit, as she should. But what stood out to me is she has an alternative look, tattoo on her face, everything, but she's beautiful. Even if you take that wig off of her, no matter how you dress this girl, no matter how you dress this young lady, she's beautiful. Right? And people get upset because they say, well, what's the difference between her? And people always want to make thing about people being light skinned. It's not about people being light skinned. It's about energy. Okay? I hope that was not something I wasn't supposed to show. Just want to make that clear. Because she showed what she used to look like. Can we show what she used to look like? Let's go. Look what she used to look like.
Start building a physical grooming routine. Before I get into it, obviously none of this is professional advice. I am
Hold
not a
on, y'all.
doctor, but I am referencing all of the same studies and
I'm trying to find
scientific
a picture of
research that
herself
your
before she.
professionals also reference. But here's the first tip. Here's why physical grooming is absolutely non-negotiable. Having habits that take care of your appearance gives you more social
Right.
leverage, and it's a very
And see,
easy
a lot
way
of
to gain
times,
power. I promise you,
you know,
nobody
y'all
would take
sit
my advice
here in
seriously if I
Exotica
looked the way that I
United
used to back
was
when I
talking
clearly
about
didn't
this
take care of
topic.
myself. Consequentially, this is also where
And
a
she said she did
self-fulfilling
over what,
prophecy
1,000
happens.
videos, so
Just
that
by
doesn't even
putting in
count what she
effort
probably
and
sat down
looking
and wrote
put
in her
together
journal to
makes
take
people
her
believe
channel
that
very
you are more
serious.
attractive. And the way that people treat you because of the way
And
you look
so
makes you believe that you're
with
more attractive. Because
Exoticals
confirmation, when you
United,
look presentable to the world, you also look smarter, more trustworthy, more respectable. You have a higher chance of getting jobs, promotions, a second date, a lighter prison sentence. This is why serial good leaders have fan clubs. In life, attractive people get more and also get away with more. You can demonstrate to people that you are disciplined, capable, sociable, intelligent just by the way you look alone. If you can at least don't smell bad, have clean nails, clear skin, neatly styled hair
with
that
teeth.
suits you, a polished outfit, don't have anything stuck in your teeth, and know how to camouflage your flaws, that alone will earn you the halo effect, even if nothing else changes. Number two, enhancing facial symmetry. Facial symmetry is
Let me,
considered a
do you
universal
ever
mark of
notice
beauty
how I
because it
always talk
shows that
about
you're
how
healthy and
people who are
physically
like who
developed.
are a certain
Supermodel Adriana
personality that
Lima's
talk
face is
about certain
considered one of the
things and
most
topics,
symmetrical model
especially the
faces
fake
known
twin
to
topic?
mankind. Now, I'm not going to go
How
too
like
deep into specific
all of
details like
them, I
golden
say I always
ratios or
be like,
measurements,
oh,
but this study is
long
super
face
high level.
girls, and I
Literally, it
always
says
talk
that
about
men and
us with
women
the
prefer
long faces
symmetrical
and what
faces
comes
that
with our
combine an
personality.
innocent but sexy look. Some things that come up include Cupid doll faces, meaning large eyes, small nose, and small mouth, but full lips, combined with lush maturity like thick hair, dewy skin,
Hold
high
on, is she
cheekbones, a
showing
firm
this?
jaw and chin. While you can't naturally change your bone
Yeah, you
structure, you
cannot.
can create the illusion of facial symmetry with grooming
Yes,
choices like eye makeup, brow shaping with brow mapping techniques,
yes.
evening out your skin tone with
Okay.
skincare or makeup, facial contouring.
Evening out your skin tone with facial care and makeup. Everybody, let me tell you something. What they call skin brightening, that y'all like to call skin bleaching, but it's skin brightening. A lot of women do it. And a lot of men who are into beauty, they do it too. Okay? A lot of people do it. Despite what anybody feels about it, you can tan. I know a dark skinned woman who tans her skin. That I learned from YouTube. She tans her skin. There was a black woman who also I saw, yeah, she's the only one I saw tanning her skin, and it looked beautiful. Okay, so let me just keep playing this,
Full
okay? Because
lips
she's
combined
showing
with
pictures and
lush
stuff too.
maturity
Damn.
like thick hair, dewy skin, high cheekbones, a firm jaw and chin. While you can't naturally
Okay.
change your bone structure, you can create the illusion of
Yes.
facial symmetry with
You
grooming
can you
choices
can
like
remember we
eye
showed the
makeup, brow
stones and the
shaping with brow
people
mapping techniques,
who
evening out your
actually
skin
was
tone
taking
with
the
skincare
stone
or
and they was
makeup,
shaping
facial
their skin.
contouring, filler, teeth
Yes.
whitening, and facial exercises to create a more symmetrical
Yeah, they
face.
are
There are
facial,
so
which they
many
call
types of facial
facial
exercises
yoga.
out there, but the easiest one you can do today is a gua sha. If you don't have a tool, make sure to use clean hands and some moisturizer and just
Uh,
do upward motions. Soft
yeah.
pressure, not too hard. don't pull your skin. And don't worry, I'm gonna get into other things like skin, hair, makeup in
Okay.
detail very soon. Number 3, facial contrast enhancement. So what does that even mean? Technically, it means the difference in glow
Oh,
and
in
color
color.
between the eyes, mouth, and eyebrows and the skin around these features.
Yes.
Here's a photo of the difference between high and low contrast. Specifically with women, this makes them look younger and more feminine. There are 2 studies led by this researcher named Portia Rohn on facial contrast and aging, and they found that facial contrast significantly around the eyes and the mouth declines as you age, no matter what ethnicity you are. And
That's
faces
true.
with artificially increased
You can see people get old
contrast, like with makeup, for example,
in their
their looks
eyes
to
and
look
around
younger.
their mouth.
Studies have also proven that aging and constant exposure to the sun affects our skin.
That's
And it
why,
seems
see,
that
this is
women
another thing
generally
too.
lose facial
This is
contrast
why
as
you
they
have
get
a lot
older,
of women
particularly in the
who
eyes and mouth
are
area. Women look
always
younger when their eyebrows,
putting
their eyes, and their
lashes
lips stand out more.
on.
There are also other studies
You see what
within
I'm
the paper
saying?
that
And
show
all of that
higher
stuff,
contrast
because all of
also
that stuff makes
increases
them look
attractiveness,
young.
regardless of your age. This is true
It
no
takes
matter
away
what
people
culture
knowing
you're
and
from.
looking
So
in
when
their
you do
eyes too
makeup,
much.
focus on your eyebrows, your eyes, and your lips, and use opposing colors to the color wheel relatively to your eye color to make your eyes pop more, or just add a bit more strategic highlights and shadows. I personally have small eyes, but I like to make my eyes bigger because that's another indicator of beauty. Stronger eyebrows also help, but personally I have bangs instead of eyebrows. And of course, fuller lips with a natural rosy color instead of going too harsh. Number 4, body proportions. And this one is specifically for women. There was a study that found that a waist to hip ratio of around 0.7 is a consistent predictor of perceived female attractiveness across pretty much all cultures. Even more so than facial features, body shape played a huge role in how attractive someone was rated. So how can you achieve more of that ratio? Glow up efforts like working out, for example, training your core, and lucky you, because I found 3 very recent studies that prove you can actually spot reduce stomach fat, specifically through core balancing workouts, high rep aerobic cardio, like for example ab circuits paired with endurance cardio, and you repeat these in sets. I know some of you like to fight me and be like, oh well,
Yeah.
that's not true, you can't spot reduce fat. Well, can you argue with science? Because I found studies that you can. You can also build your glutes by doing step ups, deadlifts, hip thrusts, and squats. And just as much as you can spot reduce your abdominal fat, you can also increase the muscles on your butt. Correcting your posture helps too, which is very easy.
Yes.
Just sit and
Always
sit up
sit your
straight at
posture
a
up
90-degree
properly.
angle and try not to hunch your back. And even with waist
You
sculpting
have to
or
sit up
waist
properly.
training, that can also visually enhance your waist to hip ratio. Number
That's
5,
true.
skin tone and color.
Because one thing about, before we get to skin tone and color, one thing about me, when I sat here and I was doing my little journaling and stuff, I was like, I gotta look at my body all the way, like nothing on. Look at my body and sketch out what my body looks like. Okay, and when I sketch out my body, take the symmetry of my body and start styling my clothes to the symmetry of my body. You see what I'm saying?
There are a few studies that I found where people with more oxygenated carotenoid-rich skin tones, meaning rosy cheeks and golden undertones, were consistently rated as healthier and more attractive, even when their facial structure remained the same. And this is true across all
Okay, what did she
shades of
say?
skin
Hold on,
tones.
I'm just turn this up just
Obviously,
a
you
little
can
bit.
use makeup like foundation.
What she
5,
say?
skin tone and color. There are a few
Okay.
studies that I found where people with more oxygenated carotenoid-rich skin tones, meaning rosy cheeks and golden undertones,
Very true.
were consistently rated as healthier and more attractive, even when their facial structure remained the same. And this is true across all shades.
I mean, I need y'all to look at her. Did y'all see what she used to look like? She showed that briefly. It looks like you could still tell that it's the same person. Like you could still tell it's her, but you could tell she did something to beautify herself. I am in awe. I love stuff like this. I maybe that's the Scorpio rising in me. Okay. I love to see people make transformations this way.
Of skin tones. Obviously, you can use makeup like foundations, bronzers, and blush to get a rosier complexion, but you can also enhance these signals naturally through exercise to improve your circulation, or eat a diet that's rich in fruits and vegetables that contain carotenoids, meaning
Yes.
specifically the
Oh, look at these fruits, y'all. Can y'all see the fruits? Yes. Now these are fruits. Let me see. Can you still see it? Nope. These are fruits that are very important spinach, Swiss chard. Oh shit. This is all to beautify you. Let's keep going. I'm
these
trying to stop
vegetables
too
that I'm
much of this.
listing here, but also another shortcut can basically be to look out for vegetables that are red, orange, and green and eat a lot of it. You can also
Oh,
try treatments like red light therapy or exfoliation. All of these things can improve the glow of your
yes,
skin or,
exfoliation is the best,
self-tanner, but
especially
don't
with
go
an
too
exfoliating
orange. I'm
glove.
really
It really
excited about
helps
this
the
one
skin.
because I have so many studies, but another way to glow up fast is to focus on skin barrier repair. That's how
Okay,
you get your glass skin. This is the point where I read the most studies. So if you
okay,
ask me the most effective way to get clear, glowy, youthful skin, I would say focus on cellular turnover and barrier repair. Cellular turnover is how quickly old dead skin cells are replaced with new ones, especially
okay.
if you have acne scars, pigmentation issues, or if you're worried about wrinkles or dull skin.
Right,
This process of cellular turnover naturally slows down as you age, and it
right.
also slows with sun damage, pollution, and dehydration. While actives like using retinol or vitamin C or AHA, BHA are good for encouraging cellular turnover, too much and too harsh of a good thing can also be a bad thing. That can weaken your skin barrier and that will cause
Oh,
your skin to thin out, which will make you age faster. That creates a more dull complexion and erythema, meaning redness on your face. But speaking from experience, and I'm going to show you, once you start treating the redness correctly, it eventually goes away, I promise. I recommend picking one active, maybe two max, to add to your skincare routine, and don't use both on the same routine. Obviously, you also need a good diet as well as
yes,
healthy lifestyle habits to support the
yes. You
cellular
have to
repair
have a
and give your
healthy.
body more nutrients. Another
You
way
have
to
to
boost
have
cellular turnover is to repair the
have
skin
to have
barrier
a
as your
healthy
skin
lifestyle
rebuilds
habit
itself.
because
So
if
there are
not,
5 main ingredients that does exactly this.
you
I'm
can't
gonna
be
go
trying
over
to
each
be
of them with
beautiful
you.
and
I
not
just
and
like to
eating
get
ugly.
Korean
That
beauty
just don't
products
mix,
because
y'all.
Korean skincare is all about barrier repair, and most products have these ingredients. 80% of my skincare is from Korean brands, and I buy them from YesStyle, which is also the biggest online platform for Asian skincare, makeup, and they also sell a ton of other lifestyle things. But basically, I stopped buying all skincare from Amazon because there's a lot of reports lately about counterfeit beauty products floating around
I'm
Amazon,
gonna
and
tell
you
you
definitely
for black and colored
don't
skin,
want fake stuff on your face. By the
Amber,
way, YesStyle is sponsoring this video,
AMB,
but I've been
y'all.
buying products from there for a while,
That
so it
one is
wouldn't have
number
mattered. I
one
would have
for
told
black
you this
skin,
anyway. It
Amber.
was life-changing for me. Especially because, for example, with Korean sunscreen, which is known to be more advanced, you cannot buy some of these products in stores in the US because of super outdated regulation.
I
YesStyle
believe you.
products are sourced from reputable suppliers. Their Korean products are imported directly from Korea. My skin was actually kind of bad last month. So
Right.
I think that's my mistake. I need to work on rehealing my skin barrier. And so I
She
actually worked
really
on a new
beautified
skincare routine
herself.
focusing on
It looked
only
like her
cellular
face
turnover
got
and barrier
smaller
repair
and she
with the
lost
Korean
weight
skincare
too.
products
That's
I bought from
another thing
YesStyle.
from
And
that
you can
picture.
see after a month, this is
And
how my
she's
skin
really
looks now.
pretty.
It's more even, less red, the bumps are gone, and my pores shrank. Anyway, so the first ingredient is called Cica, also known as Centella asiatica extract. I've actually used this for surgical wound healing. It's
Oh,
scientifically proven to improve hydration, stop moisture from leaving your skin. It's
oh,
anti-inflammatory, and it also helps with
awesome.
reepithelialization, which means your body creates new skin cells. By far, this is my favorite ingredient. It's super soothing for sensitive skin, and I have multiple moisturizers and sunscreens that have this ingredient. I use this every day. The second ingredient is panthenol, also known as vitamin B5. I have a cream that has both Centella asiatica and panthenol, and it's a very healing moisturizer. This is also one of the main ingredients in Aquaphor, but technically panthenol cream is better. Clinical studies are showing
Oh,
that
Aquaphor
panthenol
is
is
very
used to
good
reduce
too.
inflammation, increase
Aquaphor is
fibroblast
very
growth,
good.
meaning your skin builds
I think
connective
people
tissues
sleeping on
as it
Aquaphor.
heals and speeds up skin barrier recovery. Creams that have panthenol also lead to faster healing of wounds and complete barrier restoration about 1 week earlier than untreated skin. The third ingredient is ceramides. Ceramides are a key lipid in the stratocornea, meaning it's a type of
All
fat
right, remember
tissue on
she
your
took the
skin
time to
surface. In
study all
fact,
this. Okay,
ceramides
it's
make up
getting cold in
50%
here.
of your
That's what
skin
I'm talking
barrier,
about.
and
That means
creams
it's
with ceramides
really
in it
gonna get cold.
replenishes that fat tissue on your skin barrier that might get stripped off your face with age, with harsh skincare routine. It also reduces inflammation and helps your skin become less sensitive. The fourth ingredient is snail mucin filtrate. I know how that sounds, but I love snails, and their mucin helps regenerate your skin. And I
Yes,
promise
snails
you,
have
they're
always
not
been used
squeezing
in
the
science
snails to
for
get the
years
mucin
for
out. I
everything.
came across
Snails
about
and
10
leeches.
studies about skill
They
mucin where it
still
was found to
use
significantly
snails.
boost hydration,
I
skin
wonder if they still do
elasticity,
the
wound
use the
healing, and
leeches
also
too,
reduce the signs of aging. By
especially in
reducing
the
fine
medical
lines,
stuff.
wrinkles, and texture on your face, it helps your body increase reepithelialization and boost growth factor, which is the stem
Oh.
cell stuff. You need this to boost new skin cell growth.
So
The
I
fifth
I take
ingredient,
it
which you might
as
see a
as a
lot
black
in
or
Korean
person of
beauty
color.
products, is is
You have to
niacinamide. It's
study
also known as
melanated
vitamin B3.
skin
Topical
and what works
nicotinamide
for
increases
melanated
ceramide
skin.
and stratum corneum and improves skin barrier function. There's actually a 12-week controlled trial on women that I read about where daily use of only 5% niacinamide significantly reduced signs of aging, including sagginess, including fine wrinkles, compared to placebo. Placebo means everyone thought they were getting this, but only half of them did. It was also
Oh,
proven to improve elasticity, less yellowing and dullness, and produces a smoother, more radiant, and even complexion in only 12 weeks. I own quite a few products that have niacinamide in it, and it's a very common skincare ingredient these days. I use a mix of all of these 5 ingredients that I mentioned every single day, and I'm super confident in recommending all of this to you. And of course, I also recommend buying from YesStyle because it's legit. They have sales going on all the time for their skincare brand. I'm always getting a good deal from it, and they ship pretty quickly worldwide. So check out YesStyle for your Korean skincare needs, and you can use my code May12 for extra 12% off on orders over $39. And thank you to YesStyle for sponsoring this video. Number 7, SPF. I know you hear a lot about
everything,
SPF, but it's
especially when
so
it comes to the
important.
makeup
Use
and
broad spectrum
skincare.
sunscreen, or even better, sunblock all day, every day, SPF 30
I
or
I
higher,
need to
and
get some
reapply if you're
sunblock
outside
because
in the
the
sun.
sun
If you
is
don't know
not
what
it.
broad spectrum means, that means it covers both
I need
UVA and
sunblock
UVB
because
rays.
it's so
UVA is the one that can cause a tan and break down
I'm
collagen on your
definitely gonna
face.
start putting
UVA
that
ray
on my
causes
body.
wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, meaning your scars get dark and it penetrates deep into your skin.
Yes.
UVA is a very sneaky. It can come through even on gray and cloudy days. So if you sit by the window during the daytime, it travels through glass. So if you live in an apartment like mine, especially, I basically live in a glass box. So I'm definitely being hit by UVA rays all day long.
Every
And
day.
so you bet I wear sunblock the first thing I wake up. So UVB is the one that causes sunburn if you are out in the sun for too long. It doesn't really come through the glass, but both UVA and UVB can contribute to skin cancer and melasma. Now I know there's a lot of talk these days about visible light indoors or blue light also contributing to melasma, which is why I never not wear my SPF, especially when I'm working at my desk in front of screen. But I also read a recent study that's testing out a UVA UVB plus new blue light filter, so hopefully we'll see blue light sunscreens in the next few years. And there is also a difference between sunscreen and sunblock. The difference is sunscreen is made of chemicals that absorb UV radiation before it damages your skin. So it's made of ingredients like avobenzone, oxybenzone, octinoxate. It sounds chemicalish because it is. This is usually easier to apply and blend into your skin because it's lightweight
And
and
see, what
sometimes
I
it's
want y'all to
invisible,
also
so it doesn't leave a
understand
white
too
cast.
is
Chemical sunscreen also doesn't work immediately. You need to wait
whatever
about 10 to
you
15
are
minutes before
focused
it
on,
starts
you
to work.
become more
Whereas
conscious of.
sunblock, also known as a
So
physical
she
sunscreen,
was
that
like,
sits on top of
she
your
studied
skin and it reflects
457
UV rays away from
articles,
your skin. It does not
and only
absorb into your
70
skin.
of
So
them
this
made
is
it.
made of
70 is
ingredients
a
like
lot of
zinc
articles that
oxide
made it
and titanium
out of
dioxide. This is the stuff that does leave
457.
a white cast on your skin, by the way, and it's harder
And
to
the fact
blend.
that she
Zinc
took the
oxide is
time to
the better
even study
ingredient
this
because it
is
offers
just
real full spectrum sun
amazing,
protection and it's
right?
safe for the environment. Because of this, there are some concerns of chemical sunscreens because studies have shown that it actually enters your bloodstream and that
So
can be a
it's like
hormone
when you're
and
serious
endocrine
about your
disruptor.
beauty,
It also destroys coral reefs, so
when
it's
you're
bad for the
serious about
environment.
whatever
And
you're
imagine
doing,
what that
you'll
could do
take
to
the
your
time
skin,
to do
right? I
some
don't love
research to
chemical
really make sure
sunscreens
you know what
unless
you're
it's
doing.
Korean sunscreen, which has way better ingredients. I use Korean sunscreen on my face and only use zinc oxide mineral sunblock on the rest of my body. So if you want to avoid any kind of sunscreens at all because you don't trust it, just use zinc oxide cream. You can literally buy it as a giant tub in the form of a diaper rash cream. That's another ingredient that's medically used to enhance and protect your skin barrier. I actually use that as a facial mask
Even on
sometimes overnight
Masterclass, they
after
had
using my
something where they was
tretinoid,
talking
and
about
that
the
really
skin. They have
locks
like
everything in. And the reason why I
five,
talk about
five
Korean
more
sunscreens
people
is
just
that
talking about
commercial
the skin.
sunscreens in the West block mostly UVB rays, which is the one that causes sunburns and also produce vitamin D, but they don't block UVA rays unless it says broad spectrum sunscreen. But even then, regulations in the US have not been updated for almost 3 decades, which is a third of a century, by the way. Whereas the regulations in Europe and Asia have evolved, which makes European and Asian chemical sunscreens actually much safer to use. Korean sunscreens are also literally superior because it's cosmetically elegant, meaning it's very lightweight, absorbs easily, it leaves a nice dewy finish, no white cast, and many of them have ingredients for anti-aging, healing skin barrier like Centella asiatica and ginseng extract, which is very nice if you don't want to pile on a 10-step skincare routine, which is also bad for your skin anyway. But if you don't want to deal with any sunscreens at all, the best sunscreen is still wearing clothing with SPF protection. I always wear this giant brim sun hat when I go outside, and if I'm sitting by the pool, I wear SPF mask over my face and my chest. And then if I'm in the car, I wear SPF gloves. Number 8 is red light therapy, and red light
I've been
therapy is
hearing
one of
about
the
red light
most studied glow
therapy.
up techniques
I think that's what
ever.
you
I have read thousands of studies since I started using it. And I use red light and infrared therapy with a full body light panel, and it needs to be in the 633 to 850 nm frequency range, so a
Okay.
regular red light
So you
bulb
see
or
that
some
way
cheap
kind of
model
skin
from
with
Amazon
red
will not work. A
melanin.
good, decent one will cost at least $1,000, but this is actually the best return on investment I have ever made for my skin and my body. I bought mine 6 or 7 years ago, and I still use it every day. I do red light for 10 minutes on my back and then 10 minutes on my face, chest, and arms while I'm blow drying my hair or while I'm meditating, just making sure that it's at least 3 to 6 inches away from my body and face, or even like 3, 6, or 12 inches. And the distance is super important. It doesn't work if it's too close, meaning those red light facial robot masks are maybe like 10% the effectiveness of my light panel. It gives me instant energy in the morning. It helps me sleep better at night. It's amazing for skin and wound healing. It helps with seasonal depression as well. And I treat this like a plant light, but for my body. If you don't know already, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and red light therapy is proven to boost mitochondria, specifically activating the cytochrome C oxidase, which charges up cellular energy and boosts and snatches up your entire self. This cascade triggers an entire range of body repairing and anti-aging responses, especially when you keep using it consistently over time. But I have to warn you though, because the results are very gradual. This is a long-term investment. I also think red light is part of why I look so young despite my wise years, and my skin and body also heals very fast because of it. Red light therapy is basically like a gym for your skin cells. It helps them function better,
I don't
it
think
repairs
people
faster.
should.
Red light
I don't
therapy
think
supports
I
all
thought
of that
everybody
with
gets
no
upset with the
trauma
one
and
thing,
no
but she looks like
downtime. In
she's
fact, it's a
already young
very, very good
anyway.
complement to any
But
kind of procedures or facials
there's
that do
nothing
have
wrong with
downtime,
still
like
wanting to look
microneedling
youthful.
or lasers or
I don't think
surgery,
nothing
for
wrong with that.
example. I'm not gonna bore you with
Because
all the
you may
details
be
because there's
looking
so many,
like
but here's a
clothes
list of the
and all
benefits
all that stuff may be
specifically
on your
for the
face because
skin.
you
Number
because
9
of
is
your
a beauty
lifestyle.
sleep routine, and there are a few things that you can do to glow up while you sleep. Number 1 is work on your nasal breathing and mouth taping. I know some of you guys probably see this all over TikTok, but it's true, especially if you snore at night and you have sleep apnea. This is effective is a beauty sleep routine, and there are a few things that you can do to glow up while you sleep. Number 1 is work on your nasal breathing and mouth taping. I know some of you guys probably see this all over TikTok, but it's true, especially if you snore at night and you have sleep apnea. This is affecting your glow up a lot. Proper nasal breathing is very important for optimal maxillofacial development, because there are studies done on chronic mouth breathing, especially when you're younger, that correlates with altered facial growth and adenoid faces, which looks like a longer, narrower face and
Everybody they
malocclusion
saying
compared
that
to
if
nasal
you
breathers.
breathe out your
Basically,
mouth,
it makes you look like Napoleon Dynamite.
you're
So
gonna look
having
like you breathe
braces
out
and
your
also
mouth instead of
maxillofacial
your
surgery
nose.
can fix adenoid faces, but the easiest option is to just prevent it. So number 1, tape your mouth while you sleep, and number 2, make sure that you can breathe out of your nose, because that's
I
the
learned
reason
about
why
breath
you're a
work
mouth
when I was
breather, because you
younger.
can't breathe with your nose.
It was
So
a
I
whole book
eventually
on
had to
the
get
breath.
nose surgery to fix my mouth breathing for good, but that's a last resort when nothing else works. You can also get nasal strips to open up your passageways and help you breathe better. Doing these 2 things will help you not snore so much at night and also help with sleep apnea. Another thing that can help with wrinkles and hair breakage and split ends, frizzy hair, is to use pillowcase fabrics with less friction and wear a silk bonnet. Your sleeping position can absolutely cause wrinkles and skin texture problems, especially acne. The worst offending sleep positions are the sleeping on your stomach, on your face, and a side sleeper. I used to be a side sleeper with terrible acne on my jaw
Yeah,
because I
that's
will
me going through
drool
that
out of
right
my
now.
mouth, and the bacteria from the saliva causes acne. So now I sleep raised up on my
Oh,
back, squarely on my back with 2 to 3 pillows. I also have a study linked where over 8
wait a
weeks,
minute.
pillowcases with
That's the
microscopic
answer.
copper
She just gave me
oxide
an answer to something that I've been going through. I kept wondering, oh shit. There is a thing called beauty sleep. Let me write this shit down while she talking. And she said you're supposed to sleep sitting up. I be wanting to do that. I could do that now with my new bed frame. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to really, really tighten the back part because I didn't tighten it all the way. when I first made it. So I'm gonna have to come back in with the tool and just tighten it, tighten it, tighten it, put it further against the wall so I can sit up. You feel me? Yep. So I can sit up. That shit, man, hold on, y'all. I gotta write that shit down. But I'm gonna go ahead and let her talk. But y'all know I gotta talk over her while she talking.
Side, which has a smoother, low friction surface that actually produce a significant reduction in crow's feet wrinkles depth compared to the control, which means that using a smooth pillow fabric like silk or satin or some kind of copper
I
oxide
do have a
material
silk
that can lessen
pillow.
sleep-induced facial wrinkles. Friction and abrasion also causes hair cuticle damage and breakage. So smooth pillowcases also reduces hair fiber friction, and that protects your hair from tangling up and freezing up and breaking. I also use a silk bonnet to protect my hair and prevent split ends while I sleep, especially because my hair is so long. My hair gets tangled up at night easily, and this is a non-negotiable for me because I don't want to wake up with a bird's nest behind my neck and then I have to spend 10 minutes in the
Huh?
morning detangling it.
What
Okay,
the
and then some
bird's
of you are
nest?
not
This
gonna
said
like
she
this
don't
one.
want the
Yes,
birds
you need
that's
to have a
on her
full
neck.
night of sleep, at least 7 to 9 hours every night. The earlier the better. And you have to do this in order to look more attractive. There are studies that show that the before and after photos of people who get a lot of sleep versus they're sleep deprived, and the photos of them when they're getting a lot of sleep are consistently rated healthier and more attractive. Yeah, I know there are attractive people who don't sleep very much, but I promise you this will catch up to them very quickly and they are going to look even better if they sleep. There's another clinical study that I found that linked chronic poor sleep
You
quality
know
with
something? Somebody told me in
increased signs
life,
of skin aging
they
like
was
fine
like,
lines,
yo,
uneven pigmentation, and
they
worsened
cried and
skin
said
barrier
they
function.
worked
So
their
now
they
you're
they
starting to
worked
see
so hard
all of
they
the
worked their
connections of
beauty
how
away.
beauty is so closely tied to your health, your lifestyle habits, and the
And now
ability of
I
your
really
body to
understand what they
rejuvenate
mean.
itself and to heal. And sleep is huge. Your body repairs itself at night while you sleep. So no amount of skincare or treatments are going to hide the fact that you have poor chronic sleep issues. When I used to work in a nightlife where I worked till 5 a.m. and went to bed at 10 a.m., I looked really awful and bloated. And I'm also actually just recovering from fighting an infection, and because I couldn't sleep very well for 2 weeks, not only did I glow down a bit recently and put on more weight, I also became angrier and more irritated at the smallest things. When
Right,
usually I'm very detached and I don't care a lot about anything. So yeah, get a lot of sleep for the sake of your well-being and also for the sake of people around you.
right.
Number 10, foods to avoid. Obviously, diet is very important, right? But what about it should you do to glow up? And of course, I want you to eat a lot of vegetables. I covered that already with the
The
vegetable list that helps improve your
vegetables.
skin. But aside from vegetables, I have one more specific thing for you to add and then two more things to minimize or to avoid completely. The first thing to add to your diet is omega-3 fatty acids. So in studies, increased omega-3 significantly reduces inflammation, acne, and gives you clear skin. The best source of omega-3 is usually fish or wild-caught salmon, mackerel, sardine, anchovies, cod liver oil, eggs. But if you are a vegetarian, you can also get this from flax seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts. But that has to be taken with DHA algae oil so that it can convert ALA to EPA and DHA. I don't know what any of that means, but just do that. Now, as for what to avoid, if you want to look absolutely gorgeous with clear skin and no bloating, avoid added sugar entirely. I always have known that it was bad, but now that I read studies on it, it's worse than I thought. Some of these studies showed that higher carbohydrate intake, including added sugars, was directly associated with more wrinkling and skin atrophy. Skin atrophy means your skin
Whoa.
collapses and looks saggy. Another skin glycation research study shows that high sugar diets promote skin aging via glycation. So what this means is that it's basically a biochemical process that ages your skin from the inside out. It creates chronic
Ooh,
inflammation from the inside, which leads to all
that
kinds of
makes
diseases. And this
sense.
is mostly
Okay,
triggered by
wow.
sugar. It is so
I just
bad.
put the
It
link to
creates
this video.
wrinkles, it
Please
drains
support
your
her
skin
channel so she can
collagen,
get
and the
her
skin
views and her
glycation effect
coins.
accumulates over
Just let me
time
be
as you
the,
age. Meaning, someone who's been eating
I don't
sugar
steal
consistently for
from
30
people. I
years
don't do
is going
that.
to look so much older at 50 compared to someone who only ate sugar for 5 years. And let's say they're both the same age. Another thing to avoid is alcohol. A survey of over 3,000 women showed that heavy alcohol intake was significantly associated with more loss of volume in the mid-face, which is exactly the area where everyone's getting a facelift these days, and also deeper nasolabial folds wrinkles and more under eye puffiness compared to non-drinkers. Your body is more depleted of nutrients and also more dehydrated, and this speeds up facial aging markers, making you
that
look
says
way
it
older
all
than
for
you are.
me.
Another study involving 83,000 women showed that consistent alcohol use leads to higher risk of rosacea, and it triggers chronic skin redness and a worsened ability for your skin to heal the barrier. Guys, I have done my part in bringing you scientific
And she
facts,
going
so the
hard. I
rest is
like
on
this.
you if you want to believe it or not,
I'm
and if
writing
you
this
want to
stuff
listen to
down
it or not.
too.
I promise you, a glow down is not the end of the world. You just have to snatch yourself back up. Your body is so amazing. It can heal itself. If you're still
Right.
resisting and making excuses like, oh, I can't change who I am, well, that sucks, but you can do better than that. In
Right.
fact, affirm with me in the comments, I take care of myself because I love myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know you're going to get your glow up, and I will
Is
see
it
you
done?
in the next video.
Oh shit, we done. Okay. Skinny is rented, not owned. Get a legal face card fast. Look how to look more attractive. Hold on. Hold on. Let me say this to the playlist. Okay. We don't want to just look good. We want to look into I might want to okay, I might want to join her little thingy now. Please don't shout me out. I do not want no shout out whatsoever. If I was under my other page, I'd be like, shout me out all day, baby, but not over here. Please don't give me no attention. Okay, hold on. Never tell anyone these 11 things, how to recover from. We are going to qualities of a muse, become the muse through shadow work, documentary. So shadow work for transformation. Okay, so she goes, okay, of course I attracted her. Let's go. I'm gonna stick to her. I'm not gonna get distracted with other people. I like her. We're gonna go in the very beginning of this.
Did I
Just
actually
listen to
read that
her.
many
She's gonna
studies on
show
how
what
to
she
look
looked
better?
like. I want you
Honestly,
all to see
yeah.
the
And
picture
I
of
did
what
it for
she looked
you
like.
to glow
And
out
we're
this
gonna
summer. You
pause
can't argue with
when
science.
she
In
gets to the
fact, my
video
theory
of
is
what
some of
she
the things
looked
I'm
like.
mentioning is the reason why everyone looks way better
And
these
the
days
thing
compared to
is,
30, 40
when you
years
have
ago. If you're
people
wondering,
like
how are you doing?
Exotical United, who's having these topics, who's talking about these things, who's telling people like, listen, you got to use your beauty, okay? And if you're not, you got to be beautiful. You have to step your beauty up. You have to take care of your body. Being skinny is healthy, and everybody say you're not supposed to say skinny no more. You're supposed to say slim, but being more slim is healthy, and it's the facts. Whether people don't like to hear that or not, or at least having your body together is something. You have to have your health together. So putting in beauty is the term, the quote, it hurts to be beautiful. Yeah, you have to put work in to be beautiful. And you have to keep being beautiful. You see what I'm saying? You have to still not only are you beautiful and you putting the work in the investment in to be beautiful, but also everything around you must be beautiful as well. Right. Here we go. Boom. Okay, I'm not laughing at her. I just, oh, I know she hate them pictures. I know she look at them pictures and you can see she don't look like she like herself. And she's not even really ugly there. Her lip is kind of crazy looking, but okay. Here you have this. This is what she looked like. She studied 400. She went and studied 472 studies, and I believe her. She really did do that. Just from the way she's talking and everything she's saying confirms to me that she studied. Okay. Now it is 5 o'clock. Hold on, y'all. Okay, smart. It'll be at the table we meet at 6 p.m. All right. Okay. That's 3 hours. That's gonna be a good table read. I'm excited. I'm ready for that. Okay, no excited. I'm ready for that. Okay, so this is what she looked like. So she put everything into being the beauty that she is now. And you can see that she did take care of her skin. Y'all can clearly see that, right? See the difference of the skin? You can clearly see she has on makeup, but I can still see her eyes. She did something to open up her eyes more. Look at that. Her nose and her lip. Her lip is different, honey. She did something to them lips, and then in her cheek area, she still looks the same. You can still see the facial, but her face is not as droopy. Okay.
Everything that I have now. My channel is all about evolving physically, mentally, spiritually. And in fact, I'm focusing on glow up videos for the rest of the month. So like, subscribe, and I promise you will glow up.
She's gonna do some glow up videos for the next of the month. Now I see something about 11 things you don't tell people. I don't want to get off track on what we're talking about here. I want to keep it focused, and I'm going to stay on her channel. Because I'm already subscribed, I can always come back to that. But we're going to go to become a muse through shadow work. I like the way she said the qualities of a muse. I'm kind of tempted to click on this one. I want to click on this one. Hold on,
It's
y'all.
becoming very apparent to me how we all need to become more of ourselves. And if we have to be ruthless about that, then so be it. So I want to talk about becoming the muse through shadow work, and integrating the dark feminine side of you is a part of the shadow work. What is the dark feminine? She is beauty, she is grace, and she will kick you in the face. A woman who can not only accept but also become one with the dark side of herself is a dangerous woman. And there's so many projections when it comes to the word dark, when really it's a scientific fact that there is no seeing light without darkness. I wrote that in my channel bio for a reason. It's also the reason why you can see all of these beautiful colors in the sky, even though it's getting dark. Because you guys just missed the sunset, and light and darkness is how you see all the colors in the sky. Personally, I'm not about the whole princess treatment thing because it centers men too much, and that's misaligned. And to me, dark feminine energy is not for men. It's for you. It's sovereign, and you don't need a man to become your own heroine. A lot of you guys have actually asked me for a video about shadow work, and as an ex-goth, I love my dark side, so I'm delivering that and more. I told you guys about my black cat Amelie and how I learned so much from her. She's such a black cat, dark feminine energy kitty. I can never get her to do anything. She has her own mind, and that's what makes me love her so much. But I find dark feminine energy to be extremely attractive, and interestingly enough, it does not do well with basically men who can't handle it. It's the siren effect. They get all mesmerized, but they can't take it. It automatically weeds out people around you no matter who they are. They are unserious and they want to play mind games with you. They leave your life automatically because they can't handle you, and it makes your life so easy. The entire lore behind having dark feminine energy is literally about the liberation of women's autonomy, and we should all tap into
we don't got to tap into that. Okay, so she's going into a lot of people here.
Did I actually read that many studies?
We are now in the realm where y'all are attracting channels. Y'all with me. We're now attracting channels with people who are speaking from the creator's code. These people are going deep. They're like, look, you want to shift your energy? You want to change your life? Want to change your reality? They're speaking from the creator's code. Everybody is. Micro habits to glow up and become attractive, the full guide. She has an old picture of herself, as you can see right here. Natural skinny. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna just go here.
If you're feeling like a sloth right now and you want to no longer feel like a sloth,
she did something to her teeth. Her teeth still look this kind of this, but She did something to her
This
mouth.
video is for you, whether you're going back to school soon or you just want to glow up after the summer season. This is going to be a full guide to looking and feeling like your most attractive self. And there are a lot of
She got
tips
a
in
lot of
this video, so
information
take what resonates
from
with
her
you to
old
build your
picture.
own routine, because the devil is in the details, and a lot of my tips are not going to become immediately obvious to you, but you need to
Like that
trust the
hair in the
process. There's so many subtle things and micro habits that you can adopt in order to boost your confidence and look and feel so much better. And many of it is instant, but micro habits usually build up over time. This glow up is not just physical, although I'll get to that, but it's an overall spiritual, mental, physical glow up. And it will make you feel more attractive overall. Because there are a few things I notice that people tend to neglect when it comes to glowing up, and it's a pity because I think it's so essential. And if you're new to my channel, hi, I'm May, and I help people improve themselves physically, mentally, and spiritually. So if you want to come along for the ride, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Also, I just released my part 2 of my glow up guide on Patreon. So if you're an Archangel subscriber, this month I'm letting you guys have access to both part 1 and part 2. So if you want early access to my videos, Q&As, notes, and my random thoughts for Patreon members, you can subscribe to my Patreon community. But specifically for the monthly guides that I release, it's going to be for the Archangel tier. And I promise you guys part 2 of the glow up guide is going to be a huge one. So check it out. Okay, so I wanted to start with a couple of instant micro habits that add to a certain je ne sais quoi, a type of subtle seduction, if you will. Because after a certain point, attractiveness alone will not give you that it factor. Little things like smelling good and being clean, it makes you feel instantly more attractive, and that's how people will perceive you.
And then when you become more attractive and you become more beautiful and you take time into yourself, that becomes again your standard of who you
Making
want
sure that your
around you.
nails are clean, you don't have dirt all over you, but also smelling good or even amazing tends to be overlooked severely. Or, you know, God forbid, smelling bad can really take away aura points, okay, and physically drive people away. You would think this is a given, right? But not everyone actually considers it. Like, please consider it as a thing and do not skip it. Good hygiene is half the battle won, because you can't just mask an existing problem. So I would start there with things like taking regular showers, using deodorant if you notice issues with body odor. And things like underarm exfoliating can also help you with BO, and regularly switching deodorant brands, because apparently our bodies can get used to the chemistry and it loses its effectiveness after a while, so we need to keep it guessing to keep smelling good. Dental hygiene is also super important,
Very
because bad
important.
breath and
That's like
rotten
the first
teeth
thing
is
I do
just
when I
a
get up
no-no.
is my dental
Please
hygiene
use
before
floss,
I do
because
anything.
brushing is just not enough.
So
And
if I
use
don't
a
have
tongue
my
scraper
toothbrush,
or
I
brush your
can smell
tongue,
my
because
dad.
bacteria tends to get
I
trapped on
brush
your
first.
tongue and it can smell. And then there's other things like making sure you wear socks if you wear sneakers, and then being mindful of your shoes and its breathability. Like, there are soles and things that you can do, like adding baking soda and sneaker balls to absorb any kind of odor or bacteria.
Right.
So yeah, taking care of all those things first can help you feel and look and be perceived as more attractive. I know you guys can't smell me through the screen, but trust me, if I stink right now, I would be like, and girlies, that is just not the vibe. So now that you no longer smell bad and you're clean, let's focus on smelling good. A good perfume is mind control. It can psychologically change your entire perception of someone or even yourself. I personally never not spray perfume every time I go out. And when I do go out, I carry a small sample size perfume to top up. And whenever I need to wake up or to feel a certain mood, if I want to feel confident, if I want to be energized, if I want to feel cozy, I literally have a perfume for every mood. This is especially what I do if I want to feel attractive and more confident. This is a must. You can also use essential oils, but aromatherapy in general can really give you an all-round glow up. Obviously, you don't want to go overboard, but it's all about the subtle seduction, right? Of getting a whiff of your perfume when you walk by someone, or when you flick your hair when someone's talking to you. It really adds to the vibe. You should never buy a full-size perfume without testing samples on yourself for about a week or so, because you don't know for sure if it's going to be a good fit with your body. No matter how many good reviews it gets online, or even if you like the smell of it in the store, there are multiple layers when it comes to good perfume, so you really need to make sure that you like how it goes with your body's chemistry. Also, good perfume lasts a while. The big ones can take years to use up. I have ones that I bought 10 years ago that I'm still using. So if you're still experimenting with beauty and fashion, especially if you're younger, I don't recommend buying a huge bottle until you're 100,000% sure that you're in love with the fragrance. So I recently got
I
4
got one
perfumes from
fragrance that I
Scentbird,
love,
which
and I
is my
want to buy
opportunity
that
to find a new
motherfucker.
signature scent, because I want to be more educated in perfumes and I was tired of what I was using. So I got some very expensive ones that cost like $300 per bottle, but these are travel size, so I can bring it with me while I'm outside. The first scent I got is called Regent Leather by Tamine London. It's very musky, and if you like the
I mean,
smell
the
of
fact that
leather,
it got
you're going to love this. The next one that I'm trying out is called Steamed Rainbow by DS and Durga. This smells like a literal rainbow, and it's my favorite one. Very inspiring scent. The third scent that I got is called Transcend by Fluid, and it's very sweet and floral, very playful and flirty, and
okay,
it's a
before
very
we get
girly.
all into that, okay. Extreme glow up. We're gonna get to this, and then we're gonna go into never tell people these 11 things because
So
this
you
video
want to
keep
look
popping up.
dramatically different from what you currently look like for the better, an extreme glow up, if you will. And even if you don't want to look like a completely different person, you can take some pointers from this video to see what resonates with you and learn tips on how to glow up and adopt a confident mindset. So I have had many eras of my life where I look like
Okay, wait now. I told you she
can take
wasn't
some
ugly.
pointers from this video to see what resonates with you and learn. So you want to look dramatically
Right.
different from
So then
what
when
you
you look at the
currently
pictures,
look
I'm glad
like
you put on this
for the
side.
better, an extreme
Because
glow
she's
up, if
not,
you
she's
will.
not,
And
she's
even
not
if you don't want to
ugly.
look like
She
a
just look
completely
like
different
she
person, you can
was
take some pointers from this video to see what resonates with you
fucking
and learn
dusty.
tips on
You know
how
what I
to
mean?
glow
Like
up
that's
and
what she
adopt
looked
a
like she was
confident
doing in
mindset.
that
So
picture.
I have had many eras of my life where I look
Like
like
she didn't look
completely
bad in that.
different
See
people.
that?
In fact, I
See
look
that
like a
hairstyle
completely
right
different person
there?
even 2 years ago. And
She looked like she was with this picture. Let me tell you something. This
to
one right here.
glow up and
Let me
adopt
go
a
back.
confident mindset. So I have had many
Like this is cute, right?
eras of my life where I look like
This one right here look like she damn near look Hispanic, right? But oh, look at her skin. Did she do something to her nose? She did something to her nose. And she did something to her eyes too. It looked like she always had that style.
completely different people. In fact, I look like a
Yeah, see? She looked like it was her lifestyle. Could you let's see the pictures? It was a lifestyle she
different
had.
person even 2 years ago. And I've had old friends I knew from 5 years ago unfollow me on Instagram because they didn't recognize me. So yeah, that's a bit of an unintended side effect, but I look like completely different people for
Oh wow. I wonder what her body looks like now.
even 2 years ago. And I've had
Okay.
old friends I knew from 5 years ago unfollow me on Instagram because they didn't recognize me. So yeah, that's a bit of an
I mean,
unintended
this
side
is
effect,
deep.
but I look
I mean, she's pretty. She's very pretty. I just think that it's just something that was with her lifestyle. Her pocketbooks are so cute. I love it. How she got that pop of color and her tats. I think she just had a lifestyle that was just on her aura.
like completely different people for the better and for the
See? Because even then, it looked like she did something with her cheekbones. So she kept her beauty up. But right here, right here, I could see why they probably thought it was a filter or something. She did do something to her nose.
worse. But now I feel like
She did something to her nose. Like that was the beginning right there. And then look at her.
I'm performing at my absolute finest. So I feel extremely qualified to give you these glow up tips
Right.
on making dramatic
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. If you see
physical
somebody who used
changes
to
and
look like
talk about
that
everything
and they
else in between,
talking,
which also includes
and
things
listen,
like
I'm
getting your
listening.
mindset
Word.
together in the
They
right
got my
place,
ears all
as
the
well
way.
as your health, because health is a signifier of beauty. It's not the signifier, but it is one of the many
Did that make sense
signifiers.
that
But every tip that you end up trying
you
in this
know,
video is going to
I
show
had
up
started with
physically
my
in your
health,
face and your body. I promise you that.
and then I
So
went
yeah,
and
hi,
got
my name
what
is
I
May,
told
and
you I
welcome
had
to my
got and
channel.
stuff.
So I talk about physical,
And then
mental, and
after
spiritual
that,
level ups to create your dream
I've been getting
reality. So
deeper
if you're
into
into
beauty
that, do give
care.
me a thumbs up on this video and
You know what
subscribe to
I'm
my
saying?
channel
Because
if you like my
beauty
vibe.
is
And as
everything. I'm
always, a
gonna
big
drop the
shout
link
out
to
to
this
my
video so
extremely
y'all can
positive and
watch it.
supportive community. I love you guys.
For
Thank
those
you
of you
all
who
so
just
much
dropped in
for
the room,
showing
you know
up for
we
each
have
other and
copy,
showing
not
up for
copyright. You
yourselves
gotta talk over the
constantly.
video.
You guys give me strength and encouragement to
Y'all
keep on
can just
going.
go ahead and
So
watch it
I
yourself
really
if y'all want
appreciate
to,
you
but I'm
all.
not
So
gonna
let's
watch
talk
it all
about
in on video.
dramatic transformation. So some of the most
dramatic transformations that I've
Because this
seen
right
are just from
here
things like weight change and achieving clear skin
is
alone. Honestly, I
is
have done
talking
both and
about the
I've
quantum
spoken in
leap day.
detail on how I
What she
lost
did was
weight
she
and I lost
quantum
about
leap.
40
She
pounds. And
collapsed
I've talked
time.
about this in
She
a
crossed
couple of
that bridge.
videos, so do check it out if you can. But
Okay,
in
I'm
terms of
about to
losing
bounce,
weight,
go
what I
back into
lost
the
was
room
mostly fat
because
loss because I know that I gained quite a bit of muscle in the process. So it was actually body recomposition. Like, look at this. I got
so even
biceps.
with
So
beauty sleep,
losing or
oh
gaining a lot
nice.
of weight can really turn you into a completely
Yes,
different person.
they
So
can.
if you want, I can also very quickly give advice on how to gain weight. It's basically just to eat more than you usually do. Like a lot. Gaining muscle can also give you a glow up, but personally for me, it was still kind of a minor glow up and nowhere as dramatic as losing or gaining a significant amount of weight. I have done both, and it is basically just the opposite of each other. Eat less to lose weight, eat more to gain weight. But another side to that dramatic transformation coin is also your skin. So something that really contributed to clear skin for me and brought me to the
Right.
finish line was really just to get your health right. Because the state of your health
Yes,
really does reflect on your skin and your
yes. That's the first thing I
physicality. You can
noticed
tell if
when I
someone
looked in
is
the mirror at
healthy or
myself.
not just by looking
Is
at
I looked
them.
at my
And it
skin
wasn't just any
and
one
I
tip that
was
worked for
not
me. It
fucking
was
happy
truly a
about that
combination
shit.
of a
So
lot of
I was
different
not happy.
factors. And no, it wasn't a 20-step skincare routine. I have had really bad acne. I struggled with acne for so many years, and I wouldn't leave the house sometimes without concealer and foundation. And to be honest with you, I didn't have a lot of photos of this period because I was too ashamed and I didn't take photos of myself for a long time. But from the very few photos I do have, you can see that
Oh,
I had
it'll do that
cystic
to you too.
acne, hormonal, and I had been dealing with this
Oh, you
since
want
I
to
was
look at yourself
15,
because your
but I
skin looks so
finally
fucked up.
managed to clear out my skin last year. So I'm going to focus on health first because I wouldn't have gotten a glow up without getting my health back together. I stay completely hydrated, extremely hydrated. I drink 2 to 3 liters of water every day, and I drink a mix of just water mostly, lemon water sometimes. I will literally just squeeze some lemon into this bottle of water, and I do
I'm about to
this
eat
like
some
two
food
to three
next
times a
though.
day. And I drink a variety of teas. I drink like
Barbecue chips.
ginseng tea,
That's what they do. So
matcha, Earl Grey,
it
fruit
ain't
tea
what?
sometimes, honey lemon, ginger, all kinds of tea. I also drink quite a bit of coffee and the occasional drinks in the can, but I
Tea
don't really
actually is
drink a lot
very
of canned
healthy for the
drinks.
body. You just
Yes,
gotta
it
know
is a
what tea
lot
to
of
drink.
water. Yes, you'll go
Tea
to the
is
bathroom a
actually very
lot, but
healing.
after a few weeks of doing this, your body will eventually learn to utilize the water a lot more efficiently after a while, and your skin will become smooth and soft and glowing just from drinking water. So I really and seriously
That's
do
what I've been doing.
believe
I
that
have
it
not
is way
drank
better for you to eat your
anything
skincare than to apply it on your
but
face. And
water
it also
lately.
turns out to be way cheaper with a lot more benefits than just good skin. Because apparently because scientifically your skin only absorbs about 60% of what you put on it. So I'm going to talk about what I eat to achieve clear skin as well as the kind of supplements that I tend to take. I'm an extreme supplement nerd actually. It's so super important to me. It's something that I've done a lot of research on for years, and I've also actually worked in that industry for a little bit. So I typically like to take liposomal vitamin C because that's fat soluble vitamin C. It doesn't just, you don't just pee it out. As well as a vitamin D3 and K3 supplement. You need the K3 to synthesize with the D3. As well
Remember,
as
I always talk
bromelain, which
about
is
those
pineapple
supplements.
enzymes, and it's super useful if you're like recovering from surgery or if you need to debloat because pineapple enzymes takes the swelling down. I also take magnesium supplements every night as well as mushroom supplements. But recently I came across a multivitamin solution that will actually replace a lot of the pills that I've been taking. And it's called Grüns. And the reason why I've been wanting to try this was
When I go
because
back to
I
doing
was
my
doing so
supplements,
much research on like what the best
I'm
supplement
going
stack
straight to
is,
like
and I wanted to take a whole bunch of
for my
different
research
pills and
about
add more supplements to my routine because
more
as you guys know,
organic,
I'm a huge fan of just like eating
FDA
whatever I
approved,
want. So I've seen supplements that are
ancient
actually
something. I'm gonna
way
find
over the
something. I know I
daily
am.
recommended values, which
Because
makes you think, oh, that's good value for your money, right? But it actually can end up being very dangerous for you if you overtake your vitamins. So I actually appreciate how Grüns took the time to do all of the research and understand proper dosing. And it also has a lot of whole foods in it on top of the vitamins and minerals, as well as the adaptogens and antioxidants, and even gut healthy ingredients. And it's all perfectly dosed. And if you look at their ingredient list, you will actually see that nothing goes over 100% of your daily recommended values. This is one of the big hallmarks of high quality supplements. Generic multivitamins only contain around 7 to 9 different kinds of vitamins, but Grüns has over 20 vitamins and minerals, and over 60 different kinds of whole food ingredients. Oh, this is a month's supply, by the way. And I'm telling you, when I say that, I actually really do look forward to this as a daily treat because look at these gummy bears. They're so cute. And it's not just one gummy bear, it's a bunch in a bag. And this is your daily intake. Plus, it actually tastes way better than I thought. Like, I actually prefer this to a Haribo. Not even joking. Also talking about skincare, it also has biotin and niacinamide, which I really appreciate because when I apply niacinamide to my face, it actually breaks me out, but it's totally different when I eat it. And this is because your body metabolizes it differently when you eat it versus when you put it on your face. And if you want to try this out, you can get 45% off at the link in my description box. So yeah, do check it out, and thank you so much to Grooms for sponsoring my video. So food-wise, I didn't completely give up on processed food and things like that because if you guys have seen my videos on weight loss, I eat what I like. Plus, I don't think it's healthy to deprive yourself of the things that you like. But instead, I shifted my focus to trying to eat more whole foods and fruits and vegetables whenever I can, but mostly red and green vegetables because even just the color of produce alone can tell you what's in it. So I like to focus on eating a lot of vitamin A, C, and E rich foods and vegetables like tomatoes, carrots, sweet potatoes, and also vitamin C rich citrus foods like lemon and oranges, and also antioxidant rich foods like berries, blueberries in particular. And when I do snack, I make sure that my snacks are high quality and not like hot Cheetos. I do this for my health, obviously, and also so that I don't break out because truly when I eat things like hot Cheetos, I break out. This shift in focus truly made a huge difference for me because there was a time where every single meal I ate was takeout or delivery, and I was just like living in the snack aisle. And because I was doing that, I had terrible acne. So I'm telling you, diet is definitely very closely related to your skin. What you eat is going to show up physically. Another fast way to get clear skin, especially if you're dealing with things like acne, is to go to a dermatologist because they know how to deal with it. This is their job. Or go to the skin spa because you can't really pinpoint specific skincare concerns from a YouTube video, to be honest with you. But I really do recommend going to the skin spa or to a skin doctor because they know what's going on. A few months ago, I showed up to the skin spa and I was like, oh, I was worried about the veins on my face. And she was like, girl, no, you need to focus on something else. That's the stuff that I can fix immediately for you. And I really wish I did this sooner because I struggled for years. So the dermatologist actually prescribed a mix of tretinoin, spironolactone, as well as clindamycin for me, and it's kind of a prescription cream that they gave me. I had to deal with a period when I was breaking out from it, but it actually settled eventually after a few weeks, and I managed to see results very quickly in a month or two. But I also have to say that that cream alone didn't do everything. It truly was just a mix of getting my health right, eating right, drinking a lot of water, using that cream every other night. Eventually, I used it every night, but go to the dermatologist. And if you have acne scars, you can get laser facials. Go to the skin spa for that. When I went to that skin spa for the first time, I swear to you, I got brand new skin out of it.
You know what?
I think they use laser on my face. You can also try BBL. Yeah, BBL, but for your face. So it's not a Brazilian butt lift for your face, but it's called broadband light. And you gotta see if it's right for you, but it can really fade scars and help with hyperpigmentation. But if you can't get that, or if you don't have access to that, IPL is another option and it's a bit cheaper as well. So now we can also talk really quickly about changing your face through the lymphatic system or your fascia. And you can do that through exercises, facial massage, facial yoga, whatever you want to call it. And you can also train your muscle on your face to look different, just like how you do bodybuilding with the rest of your body, but with your face because your face has muscles. So I do follow a couple of YouTubers that specialize in facial massage as well as fascia, and I do their exercises from time to time, usually in the morning, and I swear to you, I do see a difference after a few weeks of doing it. But you truly need to keep it up and do it repetitively and frequently, just like gua sha. And I used to do gua sha, but I switched over to doing facial massages because it's a lot more pinpointed for me. I'm pretty sure after a while, your face will go back to the way it was before if you stop doing it. So whatever specific concerns you have, you can do a facial massage, try it and see if it makes a difference for you. So having good posture as well as the correct bra is huge in my opinion. And the way people can look dramatically different if you utilize both a good correct posture and the correct bra is shocking. It's like a body transformation. I personally don't really care too much about wearing bras, but when I do, it really does changes the way my body looks. Pilates as a workout for your posture is a godsend. Doing Pilates regularly will eventually give you that 90-degree posture, and it will train you to sit up straight, engage your core muscles, and hold your head high. It is such a good workout for your confidence. I promise you, that's why you have Pilates princesses. But so is a good bra that fits you, because back when I was wearing bras that didn't fit me, they would just like slip all around, and then the straps will keep falling off and I have to keep adjusting it. I mean, how do you feel confident doing all of that and having to mind the way that your bra fits on your body? Just get something that fits you correctly. Another way to change your looks dramatically is with your hairstyle. Your hair can really change your appearance. I look like completely different people with different kinds of hairstyles. So find what works best for you. And don't be afraid to try something new, because you never know if that could be your new
I like my
go-to
hairstyle. I just
signature
gotta
look,
work on
or
it.
if that could really set you apart, or whatever it is that you want. I personally spent years trying all kinds of hairstyles in order for me to find something that really fits me. I even had my sides shaved at some point. I had a bob. I tried all kinds of things, but eventually what finally suited me, ironically, was just growing my hair out and keeping my bangs and having a natural hair color. So I've had my bangs for a very long time, and I think I only tried to grow it out once, and it was just not good for me. So definitely stick to what looks good on you. I also had a very poorly managed mullet at some point. I really don't want to show it, but it was really bad for me. So it is quite challenging to find the perfect haircut for you though, because it should not only complement your face, but it also requires some competence from a good hairstylist. So you can look up hairstyles on Pinterest or some other visual board where you can find a good haircut for your face shape, and then compare it to yours, or just ask your hairdresser if you really trust them for their opinion. But ideally, you should find a hairstyle that suits and frames your face, but it's also not the end-all be-all, because I have a round face shape and I'm supposed to not have bangs, but I also have a short forehead, so bangs actually look good on me. If you like a certain hairstyle, don't be afraid to try it to see if it looks good on you. So if you know if it doesn't, you can move on, or even you can try like different wigs and hair extensions to see what fits. The right hair color and highlights can really completely change the way that you look, and it can really give you that glow up effect, especially if you consider things like color analysis. So the general rule for color analysis is that warmer tones will look good on warmer skin, and cooler tones will look good on cooler skin. So if you want to find out your skin tone, you can try the blush test, which is basically to take a pink blush on one cheek and then a peach blush on the other cheek. And if the pink brings out pink undertones, you have cool skin. And if the peach brings out peach undertones, then you have warm skin. So I have warm skin, as you can see from the peach blush. And if you have green or blue eyes, sometimes contrasting colors can really make your face pop. I have dyed my hair every single color of the rainbow. I even had platinum blonde hair for a few years. So if you want to bleach your hair at home, just be very careful about that, please. I had done that for years, and I thought that I was doing it so well, and I was doing it like professional level, but I really wasn't, and I ended up with really fried and dead hair at the end of it. It truly took a few more years of me completely growing it out before I had my current state of my hair, which is like super healthy and long and silky. But a less severe way of changing your appearance would be through makeup and fashion. You can literally go from Sydney Sweeney to
Alright, y'all,
Alexa
with the
Demi
different
just
stuff.
from your style. And if you want to try something different and you're used to like
Guys,
simple,
like, y'all
sweeter
got this.
styles,
Where,
you
where
can
am I
try a
going with this?
sexier,
Where am
more
I going?
daring look.
I'm going with this. Okay. This didn't have nothing to do, but it's still frequency, right? I know yesterday, fell asleep though. I was playing a lot of Exoticals United, right? Exoticals United was talking about socially climbing, right? She was talking about the importance of beauty, getting out there, socializing, talking to people, right? And I crossed into these videos today, literally before the show, right? And I was like, don't even ask me what I even searched up, because I'm looking now. As you see, there's nothing in my search box, but this video came to me, and this person came to me. She took the time to study the science of look maxing, the science of it, of look maxing. That's what it's called, which y'all calling glow up, right? But there's a look maxing. This woman is teaching not to tell you how to put your makeup on lovely and put concealer on to clean up the hide the blemishes and shit. These women are teaching you how to have better skin by having better health, mind, really, a better mind, better lifestyle, better sleep, and all these things that you can do to beautify yourself. Because beauty is important, whether people want to accept that or not. And by taking care of yourself to this capacity, by putting time into yourself to this capacity, confirms that this is scientifically proven. And it also shows where your life and your boundaries begin to be built in your world. So now you cross paths with somebody, and it's not about so much of makeup or nothing like that. How does this person take care of themselves? How much time does this person put into themselves? How much time does this person put themselves first? You pay attention to these qualities of people. And when you don't see certain qualities, then that meets your standards of what you deal with and what you don't deal with. And as you beautify yourself more, you're going to beautify around you naturally. As you beautify yourself, going to that Empress energy, you're going to start beautifying shit around you, right? So you're going to say, like me, time for some new curtains. Tired looking at these same old curtains. Time for some new color curtains. You're going to walk around your home and be like, time to decorate this a different kind of way. Time to give it a new feeling, right? You're going to start going outside, and how you carry yourself when you walk outside and you and bask in all your gloriousness while you're walking outside. You're going to have a standard of even who you communicate and who can talk to you. And there's nothing wrong with you or nothing wrong with that, because you give main character energy. But the thing is the frequency of how you feel when you do it. Look, let's think about this, y'all. Just think about the basics of this. You look in the mirror, you don't like what you see. And so therefore you don't like what you see. Therefore you change that shit. There's nothing wrong with that. You look at your complexion, you ain't really satisfied with your complexion. So you learn how to glow up or brighten your complexion or make your complexion look more healthier or make your skin look more healthier, whatever you may do. You don't like your nose, you do what you got to do, or you may go ahead and physically and do some adjustment to get your nose the way you like it. You don't like the way your lips is shaped, so you go and you get your lips fixed up, and you might even get lip fillers or whatever, or get things that are like lip fillers to have your lips look the way you want to. Matter of fact, you sit there and you look at your face. How about this? You look at your face, you look at your body, and you sketch yourself or take a picture of yourself and really examine yourself. And you say, with this body and symmetry of what I look like, what do I really want to look like? And either you go and you do an AI image to help you look like what you really want to look like, right? Or you can go and find pictures and just, I don't know, take somebody and make them a puppeteer and just cut their face off, their arms or something, and tape it together and be like, this is what my body gonna look like. But I would just say, take a person that you see, that you like their body, grab them up and do everything that they did to get their body to look like that. And trust me, it'll work. You want your booty shaped a certain type of way? Look at somebody with the same size booty as yours. You like the way their booty look? Go watch the exercises that they do to get their ass like that. So you have to be able to start from somewhere, but it has to start with honesty. And the honesty is, you don't like the way you look. Okay? How to stop being manipulated and be unplayable. How to change your life in 90 days. The ugly girl's cheat code to obtaining perfect facial. Who is this? Okay. Carmelita. Okay. Spilling the tea. The best social climate strategist I've ever used. I think I know what she's gonna say. Let me see we can get back to the 11 things because it's not really important for the topic.
Hey,
So,
Pretty Girl Club. Welcome to
hey,
Pretty Girl University.
hey,
Class is starting. In this episode, I want to talk about the top best decisions that I ever made in terms of my social climbing journey. So, when I use the term social climbing, I'm not talking about purposely trying to harm other people so that you can get ahead. What I'm talking about is wanting to level up. So, leveling up your position in society. This could
right,
mean your socioeconomic status. This could mean increasing your pretty privilege. It could mean moving forward in your career. That's what I mean on this channel when
right.
I use the term social climbing.
Oh, girl,
Another thing that a lot of people don't realize about social climbing is that everyone is doing it, whether they recognize it or not. If you want to get a promotion at work, that's a form of social climbing. If you
yes,
want to go from being single to being married, or you want to date hypergamously, or you
right.
only want to socialize with other women who are leveled up, all of those things are a form of subconscious social climbing.
And here's the
So, here on
thing,
this YouTube channel, I talk a lot about the subconscious mind, and I talk a lot about psychology and sociology and the
yes,
things that people like to leave unsaid. I speak out loud a lot of things that people aren't willing to address. And here on this YouTube channel, we're not going to pretend like we live in a utopian
right.
society. The bottom line is people do judge you based on social status. People do.
We are in a capitalistic patriarchy. Your looks does matter. That is a psychoanalysis slash psychological study on my 600-pound life. Okay, I need y'all to understand that they are writing down and using these people in their classrooms. You cannot tell me it's my 600-pound life. I told y'all already is at season 11. It might be at 12 now. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy. Some people only get 1 year for their TV shows. You mean to tell me this show is at season 11?
Treat you differently, and society rewards one thing and then it will shame you if you don't fit whatever standard other people have for you. So on this channel, I'm talking about how to navigate your social life in a way that benefits you. A lot of people who have low self-esteem and inferiority complexes, they have those things because they do not like their position in society. They feel like they're at the bottom of society. They feel like they're at the bottom of the beauty scale or the beauty hierarchy
Right,
that they have in their minds. They feel like they're at the bottom of the dating pool or at the bottom
right.
in terms of
And
money
we
or in
have all
terms of
these people that
career
literally
or where
sitting
they
down
live. All of those
saying
things
this shit.
have to do with sociology. So I want to talk about that a little bit in this video. But I'm going to start off by telling you guys what my best social climbing decisions were that I've ever made. So, number one was
Right.
getting an education, going to
Absolutely.
college.
Going to
So, I
college.
ended up going to an HBCU, which, believe it or not, I actually don't regret going there. Even though I had some crazy experiences, I learned so much outside of just me getting a bachelor's degree. And it's funny because I I never really used my bachelor's degree until I started this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is the only job that I've ever had that uses every aspect of my bachelor's degree. So I had a major in communications and a double minor in sociology and psychology. So the reason that going to college was one of my best social climbing decisions was because I was
Oh,
surrounded by other people who were leveling up. I was surrounded by thousands of women of color and men of color who were investing in themselves. I was surrounded in this environment where everyone was motivated. Everyone was reading books all the time. People were listening to podcasts or, like taking in lectures and educational materials. So I surrounded myself with an environment of learning. And so that made it a lot easier for me to like take accountability and level myself up. I feel like when a lot of people promote college, they're only promoting the degree, and going to college is about more than just getting a degree. It's about giving yourself the option so that you can fall back on that degree, even if you never use that degree, even if you don't immediately go out and get a job in your field. Having
Here's the
something like
thing
that
I
under
want to
your
say
belt,
too, because I
it
don't got
does
caught up
open
looking
you
at some
up to
other
be
shit.
able to switch careers. I was able to switch careers, I don't know how many different times, and I really don't feel like I would have been able to do that had I not started off getting a bachelor's degree. But also, when I was in college, the things that I learned outside of class were way more valuable than just the things that I learned in class. When I was in college, that was where I learned about resume writing, interview skills, networking. I was also surrounded by people who were just hustling to get the money they needed to get, or they were like hustling to build themselves
Okay,
up. They were
I know
starting
what
their
you're
own
talking about. You know
businesses
the
on the
same
side. And
thing
when
that
I
I was
say
talking
hustling, I'm
about
not saying illegally.
the
I
writer.
mean, they were like starting their own businesses, starting their own production companies. One of the girls at my college,
Okay, hold
she was
on.
able to go to New York Fashion Week and do styling there. So I was just surrounded by so many people who were just on this level up journey. And so it made it more normalized for me to be leveling up. I wasn't in this environment
Right.
like in my hometown where people kind of make
Okay, hold on, y'all.
fun
I
of
got
you
caught up in the
for
background.
having these big dreams. Have you ever been in a small town, or like you've been around family members where whenever you start talking about really big things that you want to do, they start laughing at you, they don't believe in you? And so when I went to college, that was an environment where it wasn't far fetched for people to become millionaires. It wasn't far
Yes,
fetched
it
for
wasn't.
people to make a lot of money just off of doing hairstyling or doing like their side hustles and stuff. So
And I want to add something too. When you live in the city, and if you really pay attention and you're not a jerk, and you get wise, right? You begin to realize how important beauty is. You begin to see that people who have money are fucking beautiful, and they take care of themselves, and they put time into taking care of themselves. Even the most little disheveled people who got money, even they still, they're disheveled in expensive ass clothes, but they still know how to take care of themselves. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's so much that plays a part. Then we at the top of the hour. I gotta go anyway. I'm gonna be back. It's so much that plays a part with this topic of social climbing. So let me just close out with this. Uh these things, now that we have gotten to the creators code, and again, they're not lucky, they're aligned, right? Understand that the moment that you look around you and see the reality that you want to see, and also yes, this reality is very limited, but there's things in this reality that still has a code to it. See, when you got people like this rapping, and they got 9.5K subscribers, this person is doing something right. When you got somebody like this, okay, that's a lot. Damn it, ain't even 400 subscribers, not even three. So 9.5K subscribers, 106K views. I was actually trying to look at the views, my bad. 106K views. That's a lot of damn views. Don't you gotta get like 10,000 for your first YouTube gold reward type shit? Yeah. And trust me, the numbers are still going up. Because energetically, this person is doing something that works for them and their frequency. Now, Rico Nasty I'm sure she is explosive, but also pay attention to how they look. Now, give or take, this is my frequency. I remember the song Son of a Gun. That was so dope. She was just sitting there, just looking at you and rapping. Yeah. But it's my boo. It's my Luke. my little cuz Rico. And Rico been dope. Rico been creative. You know, Rico talk about the books that she read. 4 months ago, spent 24 hours with Rico in New York City. I'm done with Rico. What's she doing out there in New York? Her ass no, she ain't go nowhere. She know she was on the nice side of New York City the whole time. I need her to stop. I need her to stop. Rico on new album. Okay. Rico still making albums. I knew that. Eat me. Just 2 months ago. We're gonna clip it real quick. Man, we're gonna just get a clip at the beginning and we're gonna turn it off. She's still Rico. Can't fuck with her. And she got more beautiful as well. She got way more beautiful. All right. Right. Okay. I'm just trying to get a still image. It's a glitchy. Oh, because the video is like that. It's not me. Okay, she doing that. Okay. Rico's so creative. That's how she is. Let's just get her with the face, girl. She's giving face. So Rico, nasty. All right. Sitting here, looking gorgeous, and I gotta get ready to go. But being here in this world of the patriarchy, of the fucking what's that word? What kind of capitalist society? Beauty matters. When I watch alpha male videos, you know what the fuck they do all day? They groom themselves all goddamn day. They groom their beard, they groom their bald heads, they steam their face, they take care of themselves, they wear colognes, expensive colognes. The alpha male thing cracks me the fuck up. Okay. They talk about working out, and it's no different than a woman who glows up. What's the difference, y'all? Am I the only one that caught on to that? There's no difference. Literally the same thing. Because that still confirms to me, and I'm not saying that because of males is how. No. I'm speaking in general from what I see as a whole. What that confirms to me is that beauty matters. Style matters. If you looking good and fashionable and motherfuckers got a problem with it, then that tells you a lot about them. Because these things matter. Socially climbing matters. We see that at work every damn day. This person got a certain type of position working a certain something kind of something. This person got, this person is a certain type of title at the job. So everybody kind of gets some kind of way in the room when this person walks through. And you could tell somebody's at a certain position because of how they dress and how they look and how they wear their shoes. And even at your own job, you can see these things. And then, I noticed this. I'm gonna go here. I tell you, I told this story too many damn times, but I'm gonna go here before I go. I sat down and listened to some old African preacher lady, right? And she was going off about, you keep going to work. And then that woman with her pocketbook and her name brand, you let her go on and this, that, the third. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What's wrong with having a nice, expensive pocketbook? Wait a minute. What's wrong with that? Why y'all coming at women with pocketbooks and matching shoes? You got to be careful with motherfucking people like this. You got to be careful with people who that is their ideology of how they perceive. Okay? How they perceive shit. Okay? And how they perceive life. They're telling you who they are. And this is not somebody that you want to be around. And I'm being serious. This is why you live your life a certain way. So you'll be like, nah, we staying the fuck out of the way with this person right here, bro. We not doing this. We not doing this. You feel me? Okay, hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I gotta log in some other name. Perfect. I gotta go. So nah, we not doing this. All right, y'all. We're gonna be back. We're gonna continue this.